Then why did your officer say that she's going to jail?
Who said that?
Oh my God.
That's posted online. You said one of our officers told her
Yes.
she's going to jail.
Yes. Did you not? Are you not even familiar with the incident in question?
I was working. I'm the lieutenant that was here.
I don't have to go in my house. How am I going to go to jail? What am I doing that's wrong? It's three of you. It's three cops. I'm not being obnoxious. I'm being obnoxious and mean and rude by giving you a response. I don't have to I don't have to tell you that. It doesn't matter. I don't have to tell you where I live at.
We got a call. Where do you live?
I don't have to go in my house. How am I going to go to jail? What am I doing that's wrong?
All right.
I have to go in my house. How am I going to go to jail? What am I doing that's wrong? I have to go in my house. How am I going to go to jail? What am I doing that's wrong?
Cop is threatening to put her in jail for speaking on her mobile phone on the sidewalk. Come on, man. I work from home. You put on some white noise. If you're irritated by somebody outside, you put on some white noise. You go out. You try. This is where you learn some basics of people skills and how to approach somebody and how to talk to somebody and how to try to get through to somebody. Calling the cops? Great. See, the problem is when you call the cops, especially when you call the cops on people of color, this could be their final day on the planet. So cops love to escalate. We all know that. So I am appalled. So now there's 3 cops here for the crime of the century of talking on a mobile phone loudly.
So I can go to jail for being too loud. And I hope you know that this is all being recorded. That's fine. That's great.
I want everybody to FOIA request the body cameras from these cops.
Great. I don't have to tell you where I live at. Just know that I pay taxes in this area. I'm not being negative to anyone. I'm not yelling. I'm out here by myself.
Why are these cops even engaged? Like, just what is wrong with these? What is wrong with the police? It's a little open-ended, a little too much for this video, but geez.
I can talk on my phone if I want to. You have a great day. I can yell on my phone if I want to. You show me a law that's stating that I'm not allowed to talk on my phone. Because best believe Eastpointe will be hearing from me because you're harassing me. They tell me that I'm going to go to jail for being on my phone, walking up and down my block where I pay taxes at. Then they're asking me, where do I live? I don't have to answer no from home and have her windows open. I'm not screaming. I'm not cussing.
So the blue house is where the Karen lives, who works from home, who called the police. A new neighbor. Tell me which chapter in Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People is calling the police on your new neighbor.
It is 12:10. And they told me to go in the house. No, I don't have to tell you any information about me.
All right, this is live, so it's kind of jumping around here.
I'm not breaking any laws. Officer, what is this? License plate number 07. And what is your name, officer, who told me that I can go to jail for being outside talking on my cell phone? Where did you get that? Where did you get that law that I can go to jail by being on my phone? Where did you just made that up because I'm black? I'm just trying to, oh, this is what's going on. So I'm at home. I'm walking outside talking on my phone. A neighbor across the street from me comes all the way down to the corner of the block and says, I think your conversation is too loud and I work from home. And she actually called the police. I got surveillance all around my house. All of this is being recorded as we speak. One of the officers tells me that I can go to jail and I need to go back in my house, and I'm not allowed to talk on my phone because I'm talking too loud.
So the lieutenant that I spoke to today said nowhere in the video did the cop threaten her to go to jail. Fucking liar.
And that's a noise ordinance. How? I'm on the phone. Then he said, well, all three of us had to come because we had to make sure if you were going to be ignorant and irate. I'm not doing anything irate. I'm not being ignorant. It's just me.
Why don't they call her uppity too while they're at it, throwing out all of the racial stereotypes?
They don't know where I live at, but I know that I'm a taxpayer here and I'm a homeowner. So I'm going to continue to walk up and down the block and talk on my cell phone like I was already doing.
What happened to America? Where did the entitlement of Americans... It is staggering, the entitlement of Americans.
This is the neighbor house right here across the street from mine. And then the little short officer, he's the one that's he's really aggressive. So I'm just going to sit here and just wonder when I'm going to be taken to jail for talking on my phone. I guess Eastpointe.
Are they really going to arrest her for disturbing the peace?
Give me some money or something. Because I'm not going anywhere.
You better be arresting all the kids playing in the neighborhood. You better be arresting anybody that lights more than a firecracker. You better be arresting every dog that barks, the owner of every dog that barks. If you want to start enforcing noise ordinances, then
he tells me that I got to go back in the house and get off my phone because the neighbor that lives right here across the street from me comes and approached me all the way down there at the end of the block. And then she called the police. All of this is being recorded as we speak. This is the reason why I have camera systems for people like these people in the city of Eastpointe. So they trying to figure out who I am. Tasha Jones, that's my name. It ain't word for word. I'm not doing anything. I'm on my phone.
So she's live on Facebook, so she's reading comments and stuff.
And down the block that I pay taxes on. I'm confused. I don't have to answer anything that you're asking me, sir.
What did he just say? Said Miss Diamond.
I guess they want to pull up my criminal background. Asking me what's my name. Did I used to live here? I don't have to answer any of your questions.
Good for you.
I don't have to answer a thing, and I'm not going to.
I am not going to aid you in your investigation against me.
Ricky, I already told them I don't have to answer a question at all. They have no right to ask me anything. I'm not doing anything wrong but walking up and down my block talking on my phone. That's it. I'm trying to figure out from the officer, look, listen. Let me show y'all. I can even sit on the grass. I'm trying to figure out what they gonna do. How I'm gonna go to jail? I can sit on my own grass. Because this is mine. I'm going to sit right here. I'm just trying to figure out what these officers plan to do. Is Diamond going to go to jail today? Because this is all being recorded. I guess they must be pulling up my criminal background. What, they pulling up my old addresses? I'm the only person outside. Look at this. I'm the only person outside. Look, I'm even sitting on the grass. If I want to chew on a rock, I would chew on a rock. I'm trying to understand. They don't have anything to do. Are you upset because I'm a homeowner over here? What's the problem? Because now Rebecca from across the street that lives right there, now me and you have an issue because you want to call the police on me because I'm walking up and down the street on my phone, minding my own business.
Systematic racism is the
Let me go back
issue.
and record. Let me go get the license plate for this one officer because he was the one that was really abrupt and very aggressive. And they're still here, and there's 3 of them, 3 officers.
Wonder what they're doing. Seems like a conspiracy.
What a beautiful day. I'm just trying to figure out, am I going to jail or not?
Anybody that lives in the area of Eastpointe, Michigan, I want you to go in person and submit a FOIA request for me, please.
I'm so loud, the whole entire
For the body camera footage
hear me.
and the 911 call.
So what are we going to do? Did you find anything? Just curious. Short officer who's the angry one. No, I'm not accepting that.
I'm writing you an infraction for a public disturbance ordinance or noise ordinance.
No, I'm not accepting
Public noise ordinance.
How are you going? You said you wrote me a ticket for what? I get a ticket for being a public nuisance because I'm talking too loud on my phone. That's why I got a ticket.
Man. Have your day in court.
I hope you guys have a terrible day.
This is an atrocity.
Don't work too hard. My day is great.
These cops should all be embarrassed to wear the badge.
Safe. Oh, Rebecca, I can't believe you called the police. I can't believe Rebecca called the police and now Diamond got a ticket for being on her phone talking too loud.
I
guess you guys must have forgot that the mayor in Eastpointe is black now. And then how they just going to give me a ticket because I'm talking too loud on the phone? Do you honestly think that that's going to work? You have a great day, hon. Thank you.
They got nothing better to do.
And now I'm going to continue to stand outside. So now me and Miss Rebecca have a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Now
I got $5,000. It's Rebecca's white.
Paid again on the strength of me not even doing anything. I'm walking up and down the block. They say I am talking too loud on my cellular device. Do you know how silly that is? And they hate the mayor of Eastpointe. It isn't my fault that they're black. So now you know what? I gotta go off of work because of stress now. Because I'm so stressed out. I'm so afraid of where I live at now because I'm not even allowed to come outside and talk on the phone. So I guess Rebecca is going to call the police again because I'm not going in the house. Rebecca from across the street is going to have to call the police again because I'm not doing anything wrong by walking up and down the street talking on my phone. Huh? You said what? How much is the ticket? They gave me a $400 ticket for public noise.
$400.
Do you honestly think that a judge is about to make me pay this? They're not. I'm walking up and down the block, talking on my phone. This ticket is $400.
$400.
Because Rebecca called the police on me because I'm walking up and down the block, talking on my phone, and I'm still outside. The one officer said that I can go to jail. I'm out here with a bonnet on, with a pajama shirt on, and I'm gonna go to prison. Let me go ahead and say this live real. I've seen her before. For the past 2, I'll say 3 weeks. When she has company, she park her car over here on my side of the road. And my windows are open. Okay. Then she calls the police. And then I get a ticket for being on my phone. You have a good morning, Rebecca, because I plan on being outside. You work hard, honey. Thank you.
All right. We're going to end it here. This is absolute atrocity. Stay tuned for my phone call to the Eastpointe, Michigan Police Department coming right now. All right, everybody. We are going to be calling Eastpointe, Michigan Police Department. 2.5 stars on Google out of 34 reviews. That sounds wrong. 586-445-5100.
You have reached the Eastpointe Police Department. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. For the 38th District Court, please hang up and dial 586-445-5020. If this is a non-emergency call but still requires police to be dispatched to your location, please hang up and call Regional Dispatch at 586-777-6700. Please listen to the entire menu so we can better serve you and direct your call. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, you may dial it at any time during this announcement, or you may dial 9 for the directory. To speak with front desk personnel or to speak with a command officer, press 1.
There we go.
For animal control or for...
Well, it could be animal control on those cops.
Your call is being transferred. Please hold.
Eastpointe Police Department, PSA Wilson, can I help you?
Hi, my name is Johnny. I'm a journalist calling from Los Angeles. I wanted to know if is it the policy of the Eastpointe Police Department to cite and possibly arrest people for talking on a phone loudly? Can you tell me what city ordinance that is that woman in that viral video was cited for? That was a question. Still here.
Hang on while I transfer you to my boss. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh.
Lieutenant Campbell.
Hi, Lieutenant Campbell. My name is Johnny Olson. I'm a journalist calling from Los Angeles regarding the viral video that's going out regarding your police department. Is it your policy to just cite random people on streets for making noise? Do you guys cite kids for playing in the street if they scream too? I mean, I don't know where the line is.
Was the ticket issued for that?
The ticket was
I mean, you're
a noise.
going to get outrageous here.
No, you guys are getting outraged. That ticket was for a noise ordinance, correct?
Do you believe everything you see on the media? Or do you investigate it and then ask questions?
Well, why don't you clear it up? Why don't you clear it up for me?
You just told me we cite kids for playing and yelling.
Why don't you clear it up? Why don't you clear it up for me?
I'm going to try, but I'm wondering if you have any good questions.
Why don't you
citing kids? First of all, when you get a call as a police officer from dispatch, do you respond to it?
It depends on what the call is. If it's
really?
Well, listen, I guess you guys respond every call. Go ahead. Keep going. Why are you asking me questions if you already know the answer to it?
You asked me if we cite kids for playing outside.
Yeah, and screaming and making noise, excessive noise.
So you should understand that if kids have exceptions to the law, correct? You can't charge a kid.
That's not true.
Something like that. Oh, really? You can charge a 5-year-old for playing outside?
I'm sure you guys could probably find somewhere.
Okay. Well, then, if you have all the answers, you want questions, ask a question that's a good question, okay? And I will.
What was she cited? What was the woman cited? The diamond woman. What was she cited for that day?
Now, that's a good question. That's exactly what happened. She was cited for basically disturbing the peace, but it's in other words from the court. and somebody called on it. We don't just drive up and down the streets looking for people talking on their phones, sir. You got to know that. Even with all the police bashing out there in the last year and a half, you gotta know that.
Well, who
At least
perpetrated?
you got to imagine that.
Well, listen. I mean, who do you guys not take any responsibility for police misconduct and the swaying of?
And you think this is misconduct?
Absolutely, it is. I think it's
Okay,
racial
well,
profiling. I think it's a host.
Because somebody called someone screaming and yelling on their cell phone, and they're disturbed by it. That's racial profiling.
Did the police witness the screaming on the phone?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
From about 180 feet away.
Okay.
So if she's in front of your house doing that, would you call the police, or you just say, I'll be bothered by it all day?
I work from home, so I have white noise generators. I know how to block out outside noise.
You know what? The woman that called was working from home, ironically enough, and she had her windows closed.
It's not irony. It's not irony. It's actually coincidence. But you know.
Okay. It's ironic to me, but it's also a coincidence. Yeah.
Well.
I mean, I understand what you're doing. I get it. Because, you know, everybody wants a good story and painting us as bad guys. We write a civil infraction ticket that she's not issued a violation. She's not paid anything on it. She's not even found guilty of anything yet. And all of a sudden it goes worldwide?
Yeah, because why did the officer...
She gets online and says that it was a racial incident.
Is it noise or... Okay, here's my next question. Is the noise ordinance an arrestable offense?
Not the civil infraction.
Then why did your officer say that she's going to jail?
Who said that?
Oh my God.
That's posted online. You said one of our officers told her she's going to jail.
Yes. Did you not? Are you not even familiar with the incident in question?
I was working. I'm the lieutenant that was here.
Perfect. Do you guys have body cameras?
Yes, we do.
And you have reviewed all of the body cameras from all of the officers at the scene.
And if someone hinders an investigation, what is that? A misdemeanor or a civil infraction?
I don't know. I'm not a police officer, thank God.
It's a misdemeanor. But we took the least, most intrusive way of handling the situation and just wrote her a ticket and left to de-escalate the situation. Instead of saying, ma'am, all you have to do is give us your name, and we're basically going to say someone complained about you being too loud, yelling and swearing on your phone, and we're leaving. That's it. That's all that would have happened.
So you're disputing the fact that one of your officers mentioned her going to jail that afternoon.
If she didn't cooperate with an investigation, she could go to jail.
And by cooperating, you're insisting on what? Producing ID?
All you got to do is, if you're under investigation, it's like getting pulled over in a car for a civil infraction for speeding.
Okay.
If you don't give your information, you can go to jail for hindering.
So
or maybe it's not like that in California. I don't know.
They knew where she lived, so they still needed her.
They figured it out after a couple minutes in the car.
It just seems.
I know everything seems bad when it has to do with police. I get it. I understand.
Well, listen. Okay, I'm just going to put this out there. So George Floyd gets murdered by a bunch of cops.
Okay. And so this has to do with George Floyd.
No. If you would hear me out.
Okay.
And
I'm listening.
So almost every city in the country has protests regarding
riots and protests. Yes.
Protests.
You call burning buildings protests?
How many agent provocateurs? How about the guy from St. Paul, the police officer from St. Paul, Minnesota, that was punching out AutoZone windows with a hammer? I don't know who was doing what. I wasn't there. Okay. Well,
if I believed everything I saw on TV and social media and the news, I'd be an idiot. I ain't got part of that shit.
I zoomed in. I'll zoom out a little bit. Those cops will come for you if you're pulling that crap.
Looks like, starting to see the AutoZone.
This guy just came with a hammer and smashed the windows.
I'm gonna fight you right now. You wanna go? Yes, what's up? Somebody hold my blunt. Hey! Somebody hold my blunt. Hey! Are you a fucking cop? What's up?
Were you at the protest?
Yes.
As a protester? As a
No.
protester? As a cop?
Journalist.
As a journalist? I saw you just getting out of a police truck.
That's not a police truck.
That's not a police truck?
No. Nope.
Who are you with? What?
CNN.
Oh, okay.
Who are you with?
Myself?
Yeah. Were you protesting tonight or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How'd it go for you?
Pretty good.
Good.
All right, let's go see if this is CNN. Hey, is that the protest that way?
Yes, sir.
Who are you guys with?
Just hanging out.
Are you cops?
No.
You're not? You seem like cops.
No, thank you.
Are you CNN?
We're just hanging out, bro.
You're not. Are you CNN?
We're just hanging out.
Your friend just told me you were CNN,
Oh, okay. Who's our
but you're not. So he lied to me.
Who's our friend?
The guy who just got out of here and was dressed like a protester. I'm just a guy. I'm a DC resident. My name's Max.
You too. Nice to meet you, man.
So you're undercover cops and you're sending people into the protests who are dressed like protesters, and he's lying to me and telling me he's a journalist, which is very bad for the journalistic profession, I would say. Okay, so those were cops, and you got a guy who just got out and said he was with CNN.
So you don't think that there's agent provocateurs that show up there at plainclothes cops to incite riots?
That incite riots.
You think I'm making that? You think I'm making that up?
No. Hey, if I hope they get arrested if they're doing that.
By Foreign Affairs that we can no longer submit these petitions. This is a political decision. This means that we're getting the word out on the SPP, and they don't like it, and so they are blocking us here from telling our story in there.
Contrary to media reports, the protest was peaceful and almost carnival-like, but the police ramped up their presence as if they were expecting a riot. After about 3 hours, someone at the back of the protest started throwing rocks and bottles towards the front line. I saw one protester get hit in the head with a rock. Unlike other reporters, I didn't have a helmet or gas mask for protection, so I decided to move to the back of the protest and do some follow-up interviews. That's when I happened upon this scene.
No. Put the rock down, man. Put the rock down. Hey. Put the rock down. This is our line. Get out of town. Cops out of town.
Communications, Energy and Paper Workers Union President Dave Coles was confronting these three masked men with rocks and bottles and accusing them of being police officers. You can see from this footage that they were intent on starting a riot. Watch as the gloved hand of one of these provocateurs hits a member of the riot squad in the face mask. Now watch as he changes hands with the rock and then bangs it into a riot shield. These masked men were attempting to violently disrupt an otherwise peaceful protest. They were breaking the law and violating the constitutionally guaranteed rights of the protesters. The whole scene was surreal. I knew Dave Coles had managed to reveal the face of one of the provocateurs, but I didn't have footage of the other two. I changed roles from independent journalist to citizen on patrol and made sure I captured a second face. The action of these three masked men and the reaction of the riot squad was highly suspect, but ultimately it was the matching boots that gave the provocateurs away. That night I posted the footage on YouTube. For the next 4 days it was a national and international news story. The Sûreté de Quebec denied any involvement, but on the fourth day they finally admitted it was their officers.
As we confirmed yesterday, the three people in question were indeed Sûreté du Québec police officers performing their duties.
Was this a politically motivated action meant to discredit the protesters as a bunch of radicals and to dissuade other reasonable people from participating in anti-SPP demonstrations? Nobody wants to be pepper sprayed and tear gassed or shot with rubber bullets.
Boy,
I hope they get arrested because that, why it gives us a bad name.
Listen, Lieutenant, you've been on the force long enough if you're a lieutenant to understand the role of an agent provocateur. Yeah, well, then you understand the role of an agent provocateur at an event like that. Well,
and if someone's doing that, they should go to jail.
Agreed. But police have an interesting way of investigating themselves.
So, I get your side of it. I understand where you're coming from. If you think we did something wrong, let's see what happens in court. If she gets a ticket and she has to pay a fine, then obviously the body cam, her audio that she provided, everything else, all the audio that's on the street from the person that called, from her cameras and her audio, it'll all show what happened.
Okay, so if I FOIA request the body camera footage, will you be releasing that footage?
That's not up to me. That's up to our IT department and our deputy chief and chief, but I don't see why not.
Well, because they always have a tendency to say, come up with some excuse. My entire wall is papered with written excuses from police departments all over the country.
Okay.
So
it's just interesting that people all over the country are worried about a civil infraction ticket.
Well, no, what we're worried about is a white Karen calling on a black woman.
What if she would have been a black Karen?
Well, there's no such thing as a black Karen.
Oh, okay. Well, a black Julie, whatever you want to call her.
No.
Whatever name you want to give her.
You are.
I'm not giving her the name.
You don't. You're missing the point of.
So it's implied that if someone white calls on someone black, it's racist, and if it's the other way around, it's not.
Boy.
I'm not implying that. Like I said, I've been doing this for over 25 years. I've seen a whole lot of stuff, and it's amazing what gets on the news and what doesn't.
Do you consider yourself a good cop or a bad cop?
I've been doing this 26 years. I do my job. That's not up for me to decide, because you know what? I go home every night. I have a family. I do what I'm supposed to do.
Have you ever given sworn testimony against another officer under oath for misconduct or worse?
What does that have to do with me being a good cop?
I mean, you must have.
That's all opinion.
You had to have. You had to have.
A good cop according to you,
you
right?
had to have witnessed copious amounts of misconduct in your 26 years.
Copious amounts of misconduct.
Correct.
I have witnessed misconduct, and guess what? Those people no longer work here, and they were charged.
Okay. Can I FOIA request those incidents?
Go right ahead.
What can you?
Call up our IT.
Okay. Start giving me some names. I'd love to say who the names of the officers are.
So we went from a civil infraction to misconduct of a police officer.
Well, I'm just asking you if you consider yourself a good cop or a bad cop.
Okay. Well, you already have the answer that you want, so.
Well, you seem to be
you
dodging the question.
You had it before you called here. You had it before you called here. You wouldn't be calling a city of 35,000 people from California.
Okay.
You have the answer you want. You're going to write what you want, so it's cool. This is all taped.
Great.
I don't have a problem talking to people on the phone. I really don't. I've been doing this long enough to know that what people do is right and what people do is wrong, and no one takes responsibility for their own actions ever.
Okay. Yeah, I know. And so when the officer did mention
video.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Okay. So I look forward to putting in a FOIA request for all the body camera footage here. So.
Okay. Do it. I don't make the rules for that stuff.
Well, that's a great.
Do I? I don't. Do you make the rules? For
no, but it's a great out for somebody like you to say, well, that's above.
Like me.
That's above me.
What am I? What do you mean somebody like me?
You're a lieutenant. You can't speak to the chief of police and say, hey, listen.
That's not my job. If you want to call the chief, call the chief.
Okay, can you put me through to the chief, please?
It's 4:30 in the afternoon here. Do you think the chief's in?
You think he has a voicemail? This is 2021. I'm sorry?
It is. It is. So you could also Google his phone number too, right? 2021.
Wow. I just so you have no problem with.
A lot of better things to be doing right
you have
now.
no problem with you have no problem with my publishing this phone call from start to finish then.
Go right ahead.
Okay, perfect.
If that makes you happy. That makes you happy.
Perfect. Okay.
Do what you want.
Thanks so much. You're amazing. You're a hero.
No, I'm not a hero. I'm just an officer. Just doing a job just like you.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
How many phone calls? How many phone calls?
I'm a hero to my kids.
I'm
a hero to my kids, and that's all that matters.
How many phone calls have you guys gotten from around the country or the world?
Well, it depends what you mean by phone calls. If people call up calling you racist because you wrote a ticket, I don't consider those phone calls. I consider it people venting about problems in their own life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks for showing the world who you are. I mean,
showing the world who I am.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you how I feel.
Absolutely.
When people usually point fingers at other people, it's because they have issues in their own life.
Okay. That's how that works?
Most of the time, yeah, in my experience.
So Are you?
I get an opinion, right?
Do you have an advanced degree in psychology?
I have a bachelor's degree. Yeah, I have psychology, minor in psychology.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
just an opinion.
It's being put to good use.
It is still America. I still do get an opinion, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So everybody gets one.
Sure. All right. Well,
I do appreciate you talking to me civilly, because this is the first call about this that people are actually talking civilly. I do appreciate that.
look, no problem. I'd like to, actually get somewhere with a conversation rather than just,
Well, I agree. When people start swearing at you and saying they're going to kill you and everything else, it's not easy to talk to them,
Well, I mean, and that's a crime, and you get to investigate every one of those incidents, right?
Yeah. Nah, it's not even worth our time when people are calling. Actually, San Jose, he was from. The other one was from New York. So it's like, I like watching videos of cops getting killed. It's like, really? That's all the time you got on your hands? I'm like, really? Okay. That's good to know. I mean, I do appreciate you talking to me civilly.
Yeah, and I appreciate your answering my questions. So thank you very much.
I'm glad I actually had time, because sometimes we don't.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Okay, have a good one.
All right, bye. The cop didn't mention taking her to jail. I appreciate his speaking with me, and like I said, I mean, I'll speak cordially with you, and he's in turn spoke cordially with me back. So, yeah. So, if you guys saw something in this video that you felt distressed about or upset about, feel free to grieve your grievances, air your grievances, and redress with your government as per the Bill of Rights. So, yeah, thanks for watching this video. We hit 130,000 subs. We're on our way to 131 if we're not there already. And appreciate all you guys, all your support through all of these years. Thanks so much.